Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Jay and Kimberly Frost here again, and we rescheduled for today, and we hope you guys can tune in. I know it's kind of a weird time because it's traffic time and everything else, but we've had a little bit of a crazy week. Like I said, thank you for your prayers. Everybody's healthy. Braxton did get sick. He was throwing up. Jay had a client that went a little psycho on him the same day. And then
it was a rough day.
Yeah, and then my check got lost at the office. So I'm like, wow, if we could have all the things that happen to us, it was just a crazy day. And then he didn't get home till super late on Wednesday, and it was just too late, and we were wiped out. So here we are, and we're going to continue with our story. We're going to talk kind of more about me this time, about what I was going through, how, kind of the things that...
Just your mentality and how you thought things were supposed to be.
Yeah, the condition of my heart at the time when we met. Mind you, I was the party girl in high school, and I didn't date a lot of guys in high school, but I dated older guys. And one thing that I did do, which was terrible, was I was dating married men. So I was the girl that married men would cheat on their wives with. And it was just terrible. And that's just kind of how I grew up. I thought that that's the way life was. You see it on TV. You saw it in the movies. It was just the way I was raised. And again, I had no God. I didn't really have that relationship. And my mom and dad had gotten divorced. My mom was out having fun. I never really saw my dad much. So I was the party girl. And I was the girl that was out having fun with all the married men. So by the time that I met Jay, I was done with men. I had pretty much just given up on even meeting a guy that was going to be the right guy for me.
Well, you were always looking for wealthy guys too, though, weren't you?
Yeah, it was all about money. It was all about money.
Yeah.
And everybody that I had affairs with was wealthy. Every single one of them had to have money. That was part of my criteria, that they had to have money. And I just, it was just stupidity on my part, just not knowing really what love was about, what a marriage was about. I never really had a good witness in my life. So when I met Jay, I was pretty much done with men. And then he told me that he was married, going through a divorce, and he was separated. So
perfect fit, apparently.
so the last thing I wanted was another married man. So he took my phone number, I took his phone number, and literally on my way out that night, out of the bar, I threw his phone number away.
Right, and I called her and just told her what was going on in the position that I was in, and we started dating, and we talked a lot about that last time. But now we're going to talk about, after being together for a while, even though with all the turmoil we were going through, I still felt that there was a fit there. She was really smart, beautiful. We had a lot of fun together, and I thought we could make this work. So I started thinking about getting married. And of course, that comes with an engagement. And a lot of times guys, and I am somewhat of a romantic, and I wanted to try to figure out a time where it would be great to ask her to marry me. And she was so, knowing that I was going to do that sometime. Every time I tried to plan something that was special in any way, shape, or form, she'd be going, "You're going to ask me to marry you. You're going to ask me to marry you." And it was so frustrating because it took away all the joy of the fun of doing what a guy likes to do, to create that for the woman that he wants to marry and loves. And she just would not let it happen.
Right. And so a lot about me, I was a control freak. And that's a lot of the part of my problem that I've had all my life. I like to control everything around me. Everything has to be just so. Everything had to be right, and it had to be the right way. And if it wasn't my way, it wasn't the right way.
Oh yeah, planning a birthday party. She'd ask me to plan her a birthday party, and before I could get anywhere in the birthday party, she's taking over and making the birthday party happen. I've relinquished a lot of control with Christ's help, of course. But it's helped.
But I was definitely walking in the flesh, and many of you are Christian, and you understand what that means. And then when you surrender your life to Christ, He starts to take the flesh out of you, but you have to completely surrender. So I have to say that the time that I did surrender was the times that we were going through the really hard times, but we'll get to that later. And now I completely walk in the Spirit, and I let God and Christ guide my life, and I'm in the Word every day and things like that. But,
okay, let's get back to
we're gonna get back to how we got engaged, and you guys are gonna crack up.
So we decided we're gonna go to Vegas. There was a couple times where I wanted to take her out to a nice dinner, and it was just too much. I just couldn't plan something special. So we go to Vegas, and we're trying to have fun, and we make it nice. I make a nice dinner event going on, and something had happened. It didn't quite go the way we'd hoped it had. And we got into an argument, and I was just so frustrated.
We were in our room at this point.
Yeah, we were in our hotel room, and I just got to a level of frustration with the whole idea that I literally looked at her, tossed her the ring, and said, "Let's get married."
Yeah, you just threw it at me, basically. Threw me the ring. Here you go. We're going to get married. And you want to get married? So it was funny because the whole time that we were living together before this, we were just arguing all the time. We had so much turmoil. And then when he asked me to marry him, and when we actually got married, our life got better. When we actually committed and did the whole marriage ceremony, we actually got along better after that. But yeah, so that was our engagement. Not the best way you want to start out your relationship. But we're crazy. But anyway, so not romantic at all. But you know what? It didn't matter because I don't know. I knew I was going to marry him, and he was the one that was going to put up with me. So
that's how the engagement happened, and we're going to talk a little bit about how we got married, but there was just a lot of things that have happened in our lives where we just feel that we just want people to see how crazy, messed up people can be, and with God making things so different than where they are, what they were then and what they are now. And we're just really grateful to God, and we're grateful for you all to spend a little time with us and to listen to us, and hopefully as we get deeper into this and start talking about some of the more crazier stuff and inappropriate stuff and things that a lot of us married couples have made, to know that you can work through it.
There's
you
hope.
Can get forgiveness, and there's definitely hope.
Yeah.
And God makes that happen all the way through. So anyways, next time we'll talk about some of this other stuff up to the marriage and that kind of thing. And hopefully we can continue to keep it interesting. But more than that, things that you can see that you can kind of go, wow, that's me. And wow, if God could help her or God could help him, maybe God can help me too. And we're hoping that for you, and pray for all of you and wish that all for you. And thank you so much, and have a great night.
And we'll have a good weekend, and we're probably going to tune in on Wednesday like our normal time.
Yes.
And then hopefully no craziness happens like this last Wednesday. But I'll make a post if for some reason we can't go live next Wednesday, and we'll figure out another day. Okay, blessings to all of you. Good night.
Good night.